All right, it's time for some love in the morning. A new year means new goals when it comes to romance and strengthening your relationships.
Yeah, but whether you're a single trying out that dating game in 2025 or looking to put some work into a marriage, this year could be the year to rekindle that flame. Joining us now to answer some viewer questions, certified relationship and marriage coach Jennifer Blake Gould. Good morning.
Good morning, Elaine Travis. Thanks for having
New
me.
Year.
Awesome to be. Happy New Year.
Yes.
I love it. So if dating and love and relationships are on your New Year's resolution agenda, pay attention to these. We got some good questions this week. Our first one from Steve. He writes in, what should I share or not share on a first date? I've been married twice previously, and frankly, I'm self-conscious of that fact when meeting potential partners for the first time, especially as I'm new to the dating scene. Should I try and avoid that topic altogether up front, or is honesty the best policy?
Oh, Steve, this is a great question. So there's nothing wrong with your marital count. Like, you check in with your awesome self and do what you got to do to change your narrative about that. Because there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with your history. As far as bringing that up, I wouldn't on the first date.
Okay.
If the person that you're with wants to know, which is completely common, don't be alarmed if people want to know on the first date what your whole history is. The more time that goes by, the more we need that information. So I think on both sides, anybody and everybody that's trying to date out there, don't make that a red flag if somebody's asking you personal questions. Take that as somebody that's really interested in finding out the insight and information about you to really figure out, do I want to be with this person?
Right.
So, take that as good. If they bring it up, don't beat around the bush. Don't skate over it. Own it. You're awesome for your marital count. It's going to be better to be honest. And I'm not just saying that to be the good person saying everybody should be honest.
Sure.
When we're honest, we exude our authenticity. We exude our true self, even when we're not even trying. We actually do best when we're being fully honest. And, if we want to take a step further, this is going to vary by personality. Being vulnerable about your own feelings about sharing this information will make you even more relatable, more personable, more human. And that goes so far on a first date or the first few dates. When we can say, oh man, as an example, I knew you were going to ask me this and I'm nervous about telling you. But yeah, I've been married twice. Lay out the truth, but also lay out your truth.
Like how you feel about it.
Yeah, be real. Just be a human in that moment.
You're presenting it in a vulnerable way. You're not making it bigger and scarier in your reaction. But I think, whether it's a previous marriage, whether you've been engaged before, whether you've got kids, right? You want to find the best person for you. So
100%.
if that's a deal breaker for them, you don't want them.
Love that turnaround.
You don't want them in your life, right?
100%.
You just need the right one. You're not trying to be available to the broadest range of people.
100%. And I do. I love your turnaround because you're also interviewing them.
Yeah.
And if they're not comfortable with your truth, you don't want them. There's a lot of people out there. I know it might not feel like that, but there are.
Sure.
There's plenty of people out there for you. So,
but still, sit down at the table and be like, "Hi, I'm Travis. I've been married." You still wait for
Here's
the moment.
my resume, references, and red flags ready to go.
Because honestly, on the other side of this question, if you were to bring up an ex or your marital count out of the gate without it being instigated by the other person, it's very likely that the other person is going to think, maybe you're not over your ex.
Yeah.
Maybe you're still fresh in this. Maybe, am I going to have to sit here and listen to this person's drama? So that, bringing it up out of context can make the other person feel like this is a situation I got to deal with. But on the other side of that, telling your truth, if prompted, is totally where it's at. And just be yourself and don't be shy about your marital count.
All right, good stuff. Well, we have a second question for you this morning.
Awesome.
So this question coming from Anonymous, what's the best way to bring up frustrations about my partner's work habits, like being glued to their phone without triggering a defensive reaction? What do you think?
Oh, yes. We get in our most trouble when we operate from a crappy emotional state, which is most likely when we are trying to correct our partner's behavior. We're human, and most of the time we're coming from a triggered state in those moments where we're trying to say, hey, please don't do that, I don't like that. This can be difficult when we're seeing a spouse, for example, scrolling on their phone, and in that moment they're triggering us and we want to react in that moment. That's going to get us in hot water. I would really love to recommend, if you ask yourself the question, can I make a request to my partner in a loving way and a reasonable way right now? Is my request reasonable, and can I make it in a loving, kind way right now?
Oh, okay, so those are questions to ask yourself before ever.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you can't, then you don't necessarily need to step away unless you can't table it emotionally. But you need to table it and bring it up when your emotional state is calm, and you can express yourself and what you need and want in a loving way.
Can I ask a devil's advocate question here?
Of course.
So let's say that partner does that. They ask it in the loving way that you just mentioned. But then what if the partner's response is like, I mean, I'm working. I'm on my phone. It is still work.
Yes.
Of course, I don't know what this person's doing. But if their answer is like, I can't change because I'm working, what happens next?
See, this is a tough one, and I love this question because I believe that if we're doing our best, if we're doing a really solid job in conveying what we need and want to our partner in a loving way, we're not being critical, we're not being contemptuous, we're not forcing them into defensiveness, I wholeheartedly believe it's our partner's job to step up, to change their behavior. So if you're doing your role, if you're doing your part by expressing yourself calmly and lovingly, and your partner is being defensive, that's a problem. Now, I want to also say that I sit in front of a lot of amazing individuals and couples that think that they're asking their partner in a loving and kind way to stop scrolling or get off Facebook. But then when we really, dissect it, they're not. They're
that
being fully critical.
As loving as you think it is.
There's contempt. There's something in there that's triggering their partner to become defensive and defend themselves. So I see that a lot in the awesome work that I get to do, and I think that is relatable to all of us.
Yes.
I think we're all guilty of that. It's the human way when we're triggered.
Makes sense.
Right.
Makes
How
sense.
But what a great question.
Start with yourself. How can you clean up your own house?
Yeah.
And then have a conversation.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Always
And be a
appreciate
role model in what
Yes.
you're asking. It's also amazing how many people will be like, I just want you to get off your phone, but they're doing it with their phone.
Right.
So role model with your partner what you want from them as well.
Good food for thought.
Jen, thank you for being here. All right. Until next
Sorry, what was
time.
that?
I love it. Great questions. Thanks for having me.
Hey, if you want to talk to Jen, send us a message right now on the KOIN News AM Extra Facebook or Instagram pages. Slide into those DMs. You can